Did you know that over 80%, that's 80, of AI initiatives are currently failing to deliver on their promised business outcomes? That's double the failure rate of non AI initiatives. What's the root cause? Many organizations treat AI as a project to be completed rather than a product to be nurtured. If you're accustomed to managing projects and don't understand the difference between projects and products, stick around. Missing this one could put your AI initiative in jeopardy. A recent study revealed that several key factors drive these failures, like misunderstanding the problem, leading to solutions that don't address the fundamental actual needs, having insufficient data, both quality and quantity, to train AI models, prioritizing technology over problem solving. We're enamored for the technology itself. We're focusing on the latest AI tools instead of addressing real user needs, having an inadequate infrastructure, such as having the proper data management and deployment systems to support the AI systems, and definitely overestimating AI capabilities, ignoring what is currently possible. All of these challenges echo the struggles that we saw with agile adoptions, many of which were also derailed by a project mindset that prioritized the delivery of work outputs over the delivery of meaningful solutions, outcomes. The difference between projects and products isn't just semantic. Each requires fundamentally different approaches and priorities to succeed. In all my videos, I've been very careful not to mention projects, as projects are not the primary concern of Agile. That's Waterfall's strength. Projects fall within clear boundaries, fixed timelines, defined scope, and allocated resources. And by that, I don't mean people. These things can be figured out up front, and you can create a detailed plan and then expect to follow the plan. That's not the world of Agile. In the world of waterfall, success is measured by delivering specific outputs on a schedule within budget. And that model works well for predictable tasks like constructing buildings or deploying standard equipment. All of this originates from manufacturing. It's manufacturing principles that's behind this way of thinking. And again, if the work aligns with that, that's perfectly fine. Waterfall does a great job. However, since the rise of knowledge work and digitization, there has been a resistance to recognize the fundamental differences between these types of work. These type of work is not like manufacturing. It's fluid. It's not tangible and rigid. That's why I consistently emphasize the importance of evaluating the type of work being done and then choosing the best approach to manage it effectively. In some cases, that's waterfall. In others, it's agile. And when it comes to AI work, that kind of work is overwhelmingly within the agile space. Unlike projects, products behave more like living organisms. They evolve continuously to meet changing needs. Their success depends on creating sustainable value through ongoing relationships with users. We get the feedback that tells us how we need to change and adapt. And much like living beings, we want them to live for as long as possible. Our mindset is not on just getting it done and moving on to the next thing. Projects focus on completing checkboxes. Products focus on growth, adaptation, and maintaining relevance across time. This distinction is critical in today's volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. Projects often struggle in that environment because they assume that everything is fixed, and the flexibility, the constant changes clash with this need to have everything figured out up front. In contrast, products thrive by embracing evolution and staying closely aligned with the user needs and delivering what the user needs at any given stage, at any moment, which is assumed to always be changing, which of course AI is constantly changing. Rather than focusing on rigid checklists and tasks, organizations have to shift their attention to value streams, the end to end sequence of activities that deliver value to customers, which replace the static milestones of project management. And instead, we have a perspective that's always dynamic, driven by the outcomes that the customers need. AI implementations require both approaches. There's an aspect of AI the implementation of the technical infrastructure, its deployment, and having the capabilities for AI to exist, that fits within the project model. And within that space, we know that there are clear requirements and endpoints. And once it's deployed and it's available, that's when we need to shift our mindset. Because now that we have an AI infrastructure, we have an AI capability, the AI itself, what we build with it, the products and services, need to be driven by product management. It's a completely different perspective that focuses on continuous learning, adaptation, and the continuous delivery of value, having a sustainable value creation. So organizations need both perspectives applied at the appropriate time. One size doesn't fit all. It's when we try to fit all of AI under a project mindset, that's when we run into problems because we're not going to have that adaptability, that flexibility in order to create products leveraging AI capabilities. And that can become very dangerous because we can lock ourselves into implementations that completely ignore safety and ethical concerns. It just becomes an item on a task list to be executed without having that product perspective to help us understand, have a deeper understanding, and developing things that are safe and ethical and that meet the customer needs. So, to understand the difference between projects and products, Mink Kirsten's flow framework offers a practical guidance to manage products through four key metrics, or four key measurements, I should say. There's features, defects, risks, and debts. Features represent new capabilities that we aim to deliver. Defects are the things that we need to resolve. Risks highlight areas of concerns requiring attention before they lead to failures, and debts reflect subpar implementations that demand revisions or improvements. Ignoring any of these will lead to product problems, product and service problems. And if left unattended for a long time, they can lead to failures. So we need to balance these elements for long-term success. Over focusing on one features, for example, one area, while neglecting risks or technical debt leads to systems that ultimately fail to deliver sustainable value. Um, this framework bridges the gap between implementation metrics and business outcomes, providing organizations with the tools to measure and manage this balance effectively. There are times, though, where you do want to have an imbalance, and that's a very deliberate, very intentional decision where for business reasons, you may want to focus more on, say, for example, resolving your technical debt, because you know that carrying, continuing to carry that technical debt is going to impede your ability to deliver, to create new features. This happened to Microsoft. Microsoft found itself, we were all stuck with Windows 95 for a long time, right? Well, Microsoft was refactoring their entire stack in order to be more flexible, in order to allow for continuous delivery of updates and capabilities to the operating system. Not all companies can afford to do that because that can leave you without delivering innovation for extended periods of times, as we all live through. And for those who can't afford it, and in the situations where it's necessary, otherwise your product is going to fail, there is a valid reason to unbalance your portfolio for a specific purpose. But under normal circumstances, you want to have that product mindset that is looking to balance all of these four elements in order to create sustainable delivery of value. So consider your current work and ask yourself if you're managing living products that create ongoing value or if you're executing temporary projects focusing on completion. Both are valid. Which one are you doing? And are you applying the right approach to what you're actually doing? This answer shapes how the teams collaborate, how success is measured and defined, and ultimately how much sustainable value your organization creates. I encourage you to explore these ideas further in Mick Kirsten's book, Project to Product. His insights on value streams, flow metrics, and organizational evolution provide a practical roadmap for this essential information. It's important to remember that this isn't about eliminating projects. Projects are valuable and serve a specific purpose, as they always have. The key is learning to choose the best approach for each situation. If we default to projects for everything, we become a hammer seeing the world as a nail. And that approach rarely leads to success, as we are seeing time and time again now, both in Agile and AI implementations. So, can you start to see the difference between projects and products? If so, how will this new perspective change your approach to your AI initiative? Keep in mind that only the technical implementation of your AI infrastructure may be suitable for project work. The products and services that you build with AI require a product management perspective in order to be successful and increase the likelihood of safe implementations. Share your thoughts in the comments. And as we move forward with all of this, we need to learn more about this customer centricity and how to serve the customer evolving needs, as opposed to just having a transactional relationship with them that delivers a piece of work and walks away without building and nurturing this long term partnership with them. So take a look at one of these and I'll tell you all about it.